Hi, I'm Michael from TakumiGo. This is the 10th beginner lesson. In this lesson, we again will learn more capturing techniques. We will learn the chapter 23 and 24, hugging and net. Hugging is a similar technique as close the door. I don't think it's important to remember all the names and definitions of these techniques. You just need to practice the exercise and remember the shape. And if you could use the capturing technique in a real game, then you familiarize with it. Let's see. This hugging is using the concept of capturing towards own stone. You can see our friend is at the top of white stones. So you need to push them to our friend and play this point. Then the white stone is pushed to our friend and we could hug them. It's really similar to the close the door, but the shape is slightly different, and so we give different names for it. If you think the name could help you to remember the shape, then remember the name. If you think the name make you more confused, then just practice the exercise and remember the shape. Ignore the name. It's all up to you. Now let's try some exercise. In this question, we need to capture this white stone. We could play at this point. Then this white stone could not escape. This is a more challenging question. Because it's easy to capture this white stone. We could play at this point. Then this white stone is being captured. But the point is that this is not the key stone. If we play at this point and that white connected here, you can see the 5 black stones are being divided and in danger. So the better way is to capture these 2 white stones. We could play here, and then if white stone connects here, we could capture all of them. In the question, white try to place here. It's no use. You could capture the 2 white stones, and these 5 black stones are being saved. Let's try question 7. We need to capture these white stones in the middle by hugging. We could play here. After white connect, we could capture at this point. If white play at this point, we could capture all of them. If we play at this point, then you can see this is not captured towards our own stones, and the white stone could escape with 3 liberties. 1, 2, 3. Then we failed. Let's try this. Oh, this is a bit complicated. Could you see our target first? Our target is actually at the bottom. These 2 stones. If we play at this point to hit, white could escape. There is no further measure for the black stones. So we should play at this point. Push the white stones to our own stones. When white escaped here, the white hits our friend, and we could capture them at once. So that's all for hugging. Now we need to learn a more difficult technique called net. Net is a technique where 1 or more stones are captured by enclosing them in a net. It's also called geta in Japanese. Let's see the demonstration. When black played at this point, there is no measure for white to escape. If white escape, we could close the net. White escape again, we could capture all of them. This is the basic shape of geta, and the key point is the diagonal points of the enemy stone. Let's see some question. In this question, our target is capture this white stone. We need to play at the diagonal point of this stone. We place here. When white push, we block it. When white try to escape, we could capture all of them. Similarly, we need to play at the diagonal point here. White push, we block, and then we could capture all of them. This is slightly more difficult. Our target is to capture these two white stones. We could play at point A or point B. Which of them you think is correct? A or B? The answer is B. If we play at A, white could escape. If you try to play here, the white could hit our black stones. And there is no measure for black. The key point is to play at this point. When white try to push, we could hit and we could capture the 3 white stones. Usually, for net, we play at the diagonal point of the shape, but there is always some exception. This is one of them. If we try to play at this point, it's at the bottom line, and after white escape, there is no measure for black. If black try to play here, then white could just hit the black stones. As we could not cut here, the white could capture us. So there is no measure for black to capture these 3 white stones. The correct answer this time is to play at this point. This is the key point to capture the white stones. Let's try question 8. This time, the key point is the diagonal point. Our target is to capture these 3 white stones. How could we do it? We could play at this point. When white try to escape, we could play a hard and capture all of the white stones. You can see, this time we successfully play a net to prevent a white stone escape. And lastly, let's try one more. Our target this time is these 2 white stones. We could not capture these 2 white stones as there are many friends here. If we try to capture them, they could just escape or just capture all of them. So, our key point is to capture these 2 white stones. The key point is the diagonal move. We could beautifully play a net to capture all of the white stones. So in this lesson, we practiced the hugging and the net. Remember to try the exercise, and that's all for this lesson. Thank you for watching and see you next time.